From far away, it looks impossible. A massive stone island rises from the rainforest. Its walls are nearly vertical. Its summit is perfectly flat, and clouds constantly gather around its edges. From a distance, it appears to float above the earth itself. For centuries, people looked at this mountain and wondered what existed on top. Was it a lost world? A forgotten kingdom? A place untouched by time? Even today, standing before it feels like looking at something from a fantasy movie. But this place is real, and its story is even more incredible than the legends. Welcome to Unreal World Facts, where we uncover the most unbelievable places, hidden mysteries, and extraordinary wonders on Earth. Today, we're traveling to one of the oldest and most mysterious mountains on the planet. A place where waterfalls disappear into clouds, where strange species exist nowhere else, and where time itself seems to move differently. This is Mount Roraima. Mount Roraima stands at the meeting point of three countries, Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, yet it feels disconnected from all of them. Rising more than 2,800 meters above sea level, Mount Roraima dominates the surrounding landscape. Its towering cliffs rise hundreds of meters almost straight upward. Unlike most mountains, which end in peaks or ridges, Roraima has a broad, flat summit. The top covers more than 30 square kilometers. That's larger than many towns. When clouds surround the cliffs, the summit appears to float, and that illusion has inspired stories for generations. From below, it looks less like a mountain and more like a world suspended in the sky. Mount Roraima is ancient, not thousands of years old, not millions, but billions. Scientists estimate that the rocks forming Roraima are around 2 billion years old. That makes them among the oldest exposed rocks on Earth. To put that into perspective, these rocks existed long before dinosaurs, long before mammals, long before the first complex life appeared. Originally, this region was part of an enormous sandstone plateau, but over immense periods of time, rain, rivers, and wind slowly eroded the surrounding land. Everything weaker disappeared, only the hardest sections remained. Mount Roraima is one of those survivors. Nature didn't build it upward, it removed everything around it, leaving behind a giant stone fortress, a monument to deep time. What truly makes Mount Roraima extraordinary is its isolation. Its steep cliffs act like natural walls. For millions of years, many plants and animals on the summit remained separated from the world below. This created a biological island. Species evolved independently. Some adapted specifically to the harsh conditions of the summit. Others are found nowhere else on Earth. Scientists have discovered unique plants, insects, and organisms living on the plateau. Imagine living on an island, except your island sits thousands of meters above the rainforest. That's essentially what happened here. Evolution was given its own private laboratory, and the results are remarkable. The summit of Mount Roraima doesn't resemble a typical mountaintop. Instead, it looks alien. Dark rock formations rise from the ground like sculptures. Pools of crystal-clear water collect between the stones. Strange patterns cover the landscape. Constant rainfall shapes the terrain, and mist drifts across the plateau almost daily. Many visitors describe the summit as feeling disconnected from reality, like stepping onto another planet. The environment is so unusual that it inspired stories, films, and artwork around the world. Yet no imagination was required. Nature created all of it. One of the most breathtaking sights on Mount Roraima occurs after rainfall. Water gathers across the flat summit, then it reaches the edge and falls straight down. Some waterfalls plunge hundreds of meters, but often they never seem to reach the ground. Instead, they disappear into clouds. The mist swallows them, creating the illusion that water is pouring into the sky itself. It's one of the most surreal natural spectacles on Earth, a reminder of just how high and isolated this mountain really is. Long before scientists studied Mount Roraima, indigenous communities regarded it as a sacred place. a mountain connected to stories, spirituality, and creation. Later, explorers became fascinated by its isolation. Some believed unknown creatures might live on the summit. Others imagined prehistoric life surviving above the clouds. These ideas eventually inspired stories about hidden worlds and forgotten civilizations. One of the most famous examples was the novel The Lost World by Arthur Conan Doyle. Although the mountain doesn't contain dinosaurs, its isolation makes the fantasy understandable. Few places on Earth feel more separated from the modern world. Mount Roraima is more than a mountain. It is a surviving fragment of Earth's distant past, a place shaped over billions of years, a natural island above the clouds, a refuge for unique life, and one of the few places on Earth that genuinely feels unreal. It reminds us that our planet still holds mysteries, still holds wonder, and still contains landscapes that challenge our imagination. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe to Unreal World Facts for more hidden worlds, unbelievable places, and fascinating stories from across our planet. And this is just one of Earth's hidden worlds. In the next episode of Unreal World Facts, we'll visit another place that looks impossible, but is completely real.